Hello student, welcome to the lecture series of STLD. In today's lecture, we will see how to write a VHDL code for half subtractor using behavioral model. Similar to half adder, half subtractor going to subtract two single bit number. So the definition of half subtractor is, it is a combinational circuit used to get the difference between two single bit number. This is the logic circuit for half subtractor, which is having two single bit number inputs and two outputs, that is difference and borrow. We know that when we subtracting two binary numbers, sometimes we are getting borrow. That's why we need to consider borrow as output for any subtractor. So to design this functionality as a logic circuit, we need to consider truth table. So as this half subtractor is having two inputs, I am taking two inputs in truth table. Now two inputs and two outputs here. For two input variable, we may have four combinations, that is 0 0, 0 1, 1 0 and 1 1. So next is the functionality. Which functionality we are discussing here is the subtractor. So when you are taking difference between 0 and 0, it is a normal arithmetic subtraction. What we are going to get is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. Are you hearing any borrow here? No. It means 0 in borrow place. So now you need to consider difference between 0 and 1. Again in normal subtraction, 0 minus 1 means 1 with borrow 1. So difference is 1 and you need to consider borrow also 1. Now 1 minus 0 in normal subtraction. 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 minus 0 is 1 and there is no borrow, so it is 0. And 1 minus 1 is again 0. And you are hearing any borrow here? No. So that means borrow is 0. Okay, so now that way you got your difference and borrow as the output of the half subtractor. Now the next step is to write a VHDL code for half subtractor. Now writing a VHDL code by using data flow model is very easy, because in data flow model we need to consider only logical expression for this logic circuit. Okay, so now how to write a VHDL code by using behavioral model. When we write a code by using behavioral model, we need to focus on truth table of the logic circuit. So first step is to declare entity. So entity keyword. Name of my entity is half subtractor. Again, name of entity is user defined word. Is entity is used to specify number of ports, type of port and data type associated with that port. Okay, so there are 4 ports. 2 are input ports and 2 are output ports. So first of all, A comma B. A and B are input type of ports, that's why colon in, and data type associated with it is bit. Then difference and borrow, these two are output type of port and data type associated with it is again bit. And then end entity, that is end half subtractor. Okay, now the most important part is the architecture. In the architecture part, we have to write our code for half subtractor. So architecture, then name of architecture. Here I specified name of my architecture is arc underscore half subtractor. Of name of my entity is half subtractor is begin process A comma B. As there are 2 inputs, that's why process A comma B. These two are the input ports. And when we use if else condition, that time we have to use process, otherwise not. So begin process A comma B. Again keyword begin. Now there are two conditions. If both the inputs are 0, 0, then difference is 0 and borrow is also 0. Else if both the inputs are 1, that means again difference is 0 and borrow is 0. Okay, and this is the else if part. Now if A is equals to 0 and B is equals to 0, then my difference is assigned to 0 and my borrow is again assigned to 0. Else if A is 0 and B is 1, then my difference is assigned to 1 and my borrow is again assigned to 1, because 0 minus 1 is 1 with borrow 1. Else if my A is 1 and my B is 0, then I will get difference 1 and borrow 0. In any other condition, that means else part, my difference will be 0 and borrow is again 0. Okay, and the last one is end if clause. End if, then end process and end name of your architecture. Okay, so this is the coding for half subtractor by using. Next we will see behavioral how to write a VHDL code for full subtractor using behavioral model. By using full subtractor, we can perform difference between 3 bits. So initially, when we are using half subtractor, we can perform subtraction between 2 single bits. If any borrow is occurred in the next step, then we need to perform subtraction between 3 bits. Okay, but half subtractor is not going to perform this operation. Let's see example. If A is 001 and B is 010, like this. Now here you are having 2 multi-bit numbers. Now if you want to perform subtraction, that is B from A, what's going to happen by half subtractor? It means actually we are going to use 3 half subtractor for each corresponding subtraction. And after completing this, that is 1 minus 0, it can be done by first half subtractor. Then we get 1. Now 0 minus 1. Here we need to consider 1 with borrow 1. So when third bit comes here, now this subtraction is done by second half subtractor. Okay, now here we get borrow 1. So when third bit came, it is impossible for half subtractor to perform subtraction among these 3 bits. And this is the limitation of half subtractor. This particular limitation is overcome by full subtractor. So the definition of full subtractor is, it is a combinational circuit used to perform subtraction among 3 bits. So here you can use, this is the block diagram of full subtractor, which is having 2 input bits, that is A and B, with borrow in. So here these 2 are the 2 single bit numbers and this is the borrow in. So totally we are having 3 inputs in full subtractor and outputs as difference and borrow. So to design this functionality using behavioral model, we are going to consider truth table for full subtractor. So here I am taking truth table for 3 input variables, that is A, B and borrowing. So totally, as you are having 3 inputs, there are 8 possible combinations, that is 0 to 7. So there are 3 inputs and 8 possible combinations for these inputs. Now we need to perform subtraction operation on this 8 combination. So here, when you had borrow in any subtraction, you need to put borrow 1 in this place. Otherwise borrow is 0. So here you need to perform every time A minus B. And after that result is again taken minus with borrow in. So here, for example, first step I am doing is 0 minus 0 is 0. Okay, 0 minus 0 is 0. The result is 0. Okay, so again this 0 minus 0 is 0. Okay, so here the difference is 0. So here in this case there is no borrow. So borrow out is again 0. So in the same way, 0 minus 0 is 0. The difference up to here is 0. After that difference again difference with 1 means 0 minus 1. Okay, first 0 minus 0 is 0. Then this 0 minus 1. When you are having 0 minus 1, your difference is 1 and borrow is 1. So here difference is 1 and borrow is 1. Now next 0, 1, 0. So first you need to consider 0 minus 1. In this case your difference is 1 and borrow is 1. So that borrow you just mention here is 1. And difference, whatever the difference you have, just keep it in your mind, and after completing this subtraction you just put the difference. So after 0 minus 1 you are having difference 1 and borrow 1. So when you hear borrow, definitely you just put borrow here, and so after that this difference 1 you just subtract with 0. So now your difference is again 1. So next 0 minus 1. Difference is 1 and borrow is 1. Okay, difference is 1 and borrow is 1. I am writing borrow here as a 1. Okay, now this difference is 1. This difference is again subtracted with this 1. That means now your difference is 0. Okay, now this is 1, 0, 0. So 1 minus 0 is 1. That 1 again subtracting with this 0. So next 1 minus 0, your difference is 1 and your borrow is 0. Okay, so again here 1 minus 0 is 1. This 1 is subtracted with the 1, that is 1 minus 1 is 0 and borrow is 0 in this case. Now here 1, 1, 0. 1 minus 1, it means you are having difference 0, and this 0 minus 0, it means your difference is 0 and borrow is 0. And the last case 1 minus 1 is 0. So here your difference is 0 and this 0 minus 1. It means that now you are getting difference 1 with borrow 1. Now this is the truth table for full subtractor. Now we have to write a VHDL code for full subtractor by using behavioral model. That means by using this truth table. So again first we have to declare entity and specifying the name of my entity is full subtractor is. Then next port, entity specifies the number of ports, type of port and data type associated with that port. Okay, so here there are 3 input ports and 2 output ports. Okay, first half part is the half subtractor and second part is the another half subtractor, and the combination of these 2 half subtractor is the full subtractor by using one additional gate, that is OR gate. Okay, so there are 3 input ports and 2 output ports. Now port A, B, P in colon input type of ports, that's why in. Data type associated with it is bit. Then difference and borrow out are my output ports. So out, data type associated with it is bit. Then end, entity. So end, full subtractor. Then next, architecture keyword, name of my architecture, of name of my entity is begin, then process. Now in this case there are three inputs, that's why A, B, B in, that is borrow in. Again next keyword is begin. Now if else condition, if all the inputs are 0, then my difference is 0 and my borrow is also 0. So if A is equals to 0 and B is equals to 0 and B in is also equals to 0, then my difference is assigned to 0 and my borrow out is also assigned to 0. Okay, now else in any other condition, that is else if A is equals to 0 and B is equals to 0 and borrowing is equals to 1, that time my difference is assigned to 1 and my borrow out is again assigned to 1. Then else if A is equals to 0 and B is equals to 1 and borrow in is equals to 0, then my difference is 1 and my borrow out is again 1. Then fourth condition, A is equals to 0, B is again equals to 0 and borrow in is 1, then I will get difference 0 and borrow 1, because 0 minus 1 is 1 with borrow 1. Okay, then this 1 is again subtracted with this 1. So 1 minus 1, 0. So I get difference 0 and my borrow is 1. Then next, else if A is equals to 1 and B is equals to 0 and borrow in is again equals to 0, that time my difference is 1 and borrow out is 0. Okay, then again next condition is if first input is 1, second input is 0 and borrow in is equals to 1, then difference is 0 and borrow out is again 0, because 1 minus 0 is 1, that 1 is again subtracted with this 1, that's why difference is 0. No borrow hearing here, so borrow is 0. Else if A is equals to 1, B is equals to 1 and borrow in is equals to 0. So I will get difference 0 and borrow out again 0, because 1 minus 1 is 0, then 0 subtracted with 0, so difference 0 and borrow is again 0. Else in any other condition, if all three inputs are 1, if all the three inputs are 1, that means I will get difference 1 and borrow is again 1. So else my difference is assigned to 1 and borrow is again assigned to 1. Okay, next step is what? End, if clause, end process, and last one is end architecture. Now name of my architecture is full subtractor. Okay, so this is the VHDL code for full subtractor by using behavioral model. Next is write a VHDL code for 2:4 decoder by using data flow model. What happens in binary number system? If we have given a 2 inputs to a circuit, then number of combinations will be 2 raised to the power 2, that is 4. If we have 2 inputs, then number of combinations will be 2 raised to the power 2, that is 4. Likewise, if there are 3 inputs, then possible combinations will be 2 raised to the power 3, that is 8. Okay, so decoder is a circuit who takes n number as an input, that is n number as an input, and generates 2 raised to the power n as an output. Okay, so here you can observe the definition of decoder is that decoder is a multi-input and multi-output logic circuit which decodes n inputs into 2 raised to the power n possible outputs. So we may have multiple inputs and multiple outputs. So relationship between input and output is when input is n, we will get the output 2 raised to the power n. So this is the block diagram of a decoder. Okay, n number of inputs and 2 raised to the power n outputs with an enable line. Okay, so this enable line keeps the decoder in on condition when it is equal to 1. When enable is equals to 0, even though if you are providing inputs here, decoder is going to provide 0 output. Okay, so when E equals to 0, decoder is disabled, and when E is equals to 1, decoder is enabled. So it is 2:4 decoder, that is 2 input and 4 outputs. So I am taking A and B as a input. Before that I am considering enable, and I am taking output as Z, that is Z3, Z2, Z1 and Z0, because there are 4 outputs. So this is the truth table that you have to maintain for 2:4 decoder. Now here for 2 input bits, if E is equals to 0, for 2 inputs, if E is equals to 0, that means without knowing A and B, that is without inputs, that is don't care about the inputs, because when E is equals to 0, your decoder is disabled. Okay, so the output of decoder is equals to 0. So now here if E is equals to 1, that means now your decoder is enabled because E is equals to 1. From now here onwards, enable is equals to 1. Okay, so then you need to check for the inputs. That means now you have to check the combinations of input. For example, AB. Okay, now there are 2 inputs, that means 4 possible combinations, that is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. Okay. So for example, if you are having 0, 0 at the input line. Okay, you are having 0, 0 at the input line. So you need to put 1 here, because the decimal value of 0, 0 is 0. That means the output Z0 will be enabled. That's why I am putting 1 here. That is, it shows the value of Z0 as 1. Now here you are having 0, 1 as the input. So here your decoder will enable Y1 as a 1. Your decoder will enable Z1 as a 1, because the decimal value of 0, 1 is 1. So your Z1 line will be enabled. Okay, so here 1 and all other outputs will be 0. Then next input is 1, 0. Okay, now decimal value of 1, 0 is 2. So the value of Z2 will be 1 and all others are 0. Now 1, 1. The decimal value of 1, 1 is 3. That means your Z3 line will be enabled. So I am putting 1 here, and all others are 0. So at a time only one output line will be enabled in decoder. Okay, so as I told you, input is related to output as 2 raised to the power n. Here n value is 0, that means 2 raised to the power n. Here n value is 0, here 1, here 2, and here is the 3. So if n is equals to 0, it will decode 2 raised to the power n, that means 2 raised to the power 0. That's why I place here 1, that is Z0 is 1. So this is the theory behind this, why we are putting 1 here in decoder. Now Boolean expression for this truth table is your Z0. Your Z0, when your Z0 is 1, when both the inputs, that is A and B, are 0, that means A bar into B bar. Then Z1, when Z1 is 1, when input A is 0 and B is 1, that means A bar B. Then Z2, A and B bar. So A into B bar. And Z3, when both the inputs are 1, your Z3 will be 1. So Z3 is equals to A into B. So two inputs A and B. Now let's see how to draw a logic circuit by using this Boolean expression for 2:4 decoder. Okay, so there are two inputs, that is input A and input B. Okay, so this is input A line. I am indicating complement of A with black color, that is A bar. Then this is input line B, and this is the complement for B, that is B bar. Okay, now your Z0 is A bar into B bar. Okay, now here we are using dot, it means it is AND operation. It means that here we have to use AND gate. Okay, so A bar into B bar. So this is the complement of A. So A bar into B bar, AND gate, and this is your output Z0. Okay, then Z1, A bar into B, that means complement of A and B. So A bar into B, it is your Z1. Okay, now Z2, A into B bar. So this is A into B bar, Z2, and Z3 is A into B. So this is A and this is B. A into B is your Z3. So this is the logic circuit for your decoder, that is 2:4 decoder. It means that 2 inputs and 4 outputs. Now let's see VHDL code for this decoder by using data flow model. Again, the first step is to declare entity. So entity, name of my entity is decoder is. We have to specify ports. How many ports are there? 2 input ports and 4 output ports. So A, B are input ports. Data type is bit. Then Z0, Z1, Z2 and Z3 are your output type of ports with data type bit. Okay, and then end decoder, that means end name of your entity. Then next is architecture. So architecture keyword, name of architecture. Here I am specifying name of my architecture as data flow. You can give any name to your architecture because it is user defined word. Of name of entity, name of my entity is decoder. then begin. Now Z0. Z0, what is Z0? A bar into B bar. Okay, that means not A and not B. So my output Z0 is assigned to not A and not B. Okay, this is the truth table for 4 outputs. This is logic boolean expression for Z0, that is A bar into B bar. Here we are performing AND operation. Okay, now this is the logic circuit for these 2 inputs and 4 outputs. So your Z0 is not A and not B, that means A bar into B bar. So Z0 is assigned to not A and not B. Now next is Z1. My second output Z1 is assigned to not A and B. So not A and B, bracket, then Z2. What is Z2? A into B bar, that means A and not B. So A and not B. This is your Z2. And Z3 is what? A and B. Your Z3 is A and B. So A and B. Okay, this is how your this logic circuit going to behave or function. Okay, when not A and not B, that time your Z0 line will be activated or it will be enabled. That means the value of Z0 will be 1. Okay, when both the inputs are 0, your Z0 line will be activated. So Z0 will be 1. When 0 1, Z1 will be 1. When 1 0, Z2 will be 1. When 1 1, Z3 will be 1. Okay, now the next step is AND architecture. That is AND, name of your architecture. So name of my architecture is data flow. This is the VHDL code for 2:4 decoder by using data flow model. Next we will see how to write this VHDL code for 2:4 decoder by using behavioral model. So next is write a VHDL code for 2:4 decoder using behavioral model. So this is the truth table for 2:4 decoder and this is the logic circuit for 2:4 decoder. Okay, so first we have to declare entity. Name of my entity is decoder. Is there are 2 input ports, that is A and B. There are 4 output ports, that is Z3, Z2, Z1, Z0. Output type of port, data type associated with it is bit. And then AND entity, that is AND decoder. Okay, now next is architecture. So keyword architecture, name of my architecture is data flow, of name of my entity is decoder. Okay, then next keyword is begin. In behavioral model we use process. Okay, so process, how many inputs are there? 2 inputs, that is A comma B, and then begin your architecture. So if E is equals to 1, then only my decoder is in on condition. If E is equals to 0, it means that my decoder is in off condition. Okay, so here we have to specify if E is equals to 1. Then what happens when E is equals to 1? Then Z0. What is Z0? When Z0 is 1, when both the inputs are 0 0. Okay, that means A bar into B bar, as we have seen in the previous example. A bar into B bar, that means Z0 line will be activated and we will get Z0 as 1. So here what's happen? When if E is equals to 1, that means if enable is equals to 1, that means our decoder is in on condition now. Z0, output Z0 is assigned to not A and not B. Okay, that means A bar and B bar. Now next is Z1. When I will get Z1 as a 1, not A and B operation. Okay, that means when A is 0 and B is 1, I will get output Z1. Okay, so Z1 is not A and B. Okay, when I will get output Z2, when A is 0, when A is 1 and B is 0, that means A into B bar, that means A and not B. So A and not B and Z3, when both the inputs are 1, that time my Z3 will be activated, that means A and B. Else if E is equals to 1, that time we will get output Z0, Z1, Z2 and Z3. Okay, else in any other condition, that means when my decoder is disabled, that means when E is equals to 0, that time we will get Z as 0. Okay, there are 4 outputs, Z0, Z1, Z2 and Z3. We can consider it as Z. When E is 0, that means my decoder is disabled, that time we will get this all 0. But when E is equals to 1, that means there are 4 conditions when E is equals to 1, because we have 2 inputs, that's why 4 possible conditions. That time we will get outputs Z0, Z1, Z2 and Z3. Okay, so if E is equals to 1, we will get the 4 outputs. If E is equals to 0, that time we will get all the outputs are 0, that is else part. Then end if, then end process, and then end architecture. Now name of my architecture is data flow, so end data flow. Okay, so this is how to write a VHDL code for 2:4 decoder by using behavioral model.